Not because I think I'm oh, yeah, thanks, Danielle. I want to talk about inviting, not because I think I'm an inviting expert, but I really do believe that if you struggle with something, you really need to just dive in and research and like become an expert in as best you can. And so that's what I feel like I've been doing most this year, is figuring out ways to improve an area that I felt most insecure about, and that was inviting. Um, if you are a new coach, or if you have new coaches on your team, I guess I did say I was going to wait, so I should probably honor what I just said. Um, but I just have a lot of information that I want to get to you guys. So basically, if when you started your business, if you were one of those people who like it was super easy for you to get people to sign up with you, and then you're at this point now in your business where you're like, it's getting hard, it's not as fun, like people aren't approaching me like they used to, what is wrong? Or maybe you're someone who, when you first started your business, inviting was always super hard. It was just something that took you out of your comfort zone, which you were okay with in the beginning, but then, it's starting to like really wear you down, and it's really making you think, I don't know if I have what it takes. I'm saying all this stuff because these are all things I've literally said to myself. And I still struggle saying that to myself. So that's why I wanted to kind of bring this information to you in a very easy, simple way. And, for some of you guys, it might not be that groundbreaking, but sometimes it's nice to hear it from a very basic perspective. If you want to take notes, that's nice too. I like seeing pens because I'm a note taker. And then also at the end of this, I'm gonna make sure to give you guys the materials that I am referencing. Okay, so that was just my like introduction. So let's just dive in. And I'm trying to talk softly, and enunciate more. So that's why I sound kind of weird. At least I think I sound weird. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen. I hope everyone's having a great Monday. I can't believe it's Monday. I thought it was like, well, not Monday. Okay, so Danielle, really quick. I've always had a hard time when I do Google Slides with making sure that, like, with knowing if people are seeing it, if I make it full screen. Is that the case? Does that happen?
I think if you go to view, do the view drop down, and then full screen, all the way on the bottom.
Got it.
Yeah, we still see your browser, but it's okay.
Okay, cool. No worries. You guys get the idea. So you're invited to learn about inviting. And again, you guys know exactly what you need to do. So I really want you guys to start believing that, because you have exactly what you need to impact someone else. You just need to strengthen that confidence. So the goals of what I'm going to share today is I want you guys to understand how to be confident in your story as a leader and in your groups. I want you guys to walk away believing that you can invite at least 10 people every single day, and that's going to become your habit. Every single day, just 10. For some of you, you laugh because 10 is like, I do 30. Some of you are like that. Some of you are like 10. I do 1 if we're lucky. So the goal is to get you to 10. I want you guys to start inviting on all platforms that you are posting. So if you're Instagramming and if you have Instagram and Facebook and both of those things are active, you need to be inviting on both. It's nice to think, I feel like I've already like overdone it on Facebook. Get that out of your mind, because that's not true. I want you to be doing this on both places. Also, I want you guys to start, if you're not doing this, creating breadcrumb posts. Someone on our team, I'm going to call her out, that is really good at this. Make sure she's on here. She is. She's a really good breadcrumber. I want to make sure I see her face when I say this. Is Beth. Beth is an amazing breadcrumber, and I've been watching her post, and she's very good at sharing how she is living a coaching life, or how she is incorporating working out with her life, because that's really relatable for moms. And if you're not a mom, if you are a young professional, these are things that you need to start doing to get people to think, oh, I can do it too. Everything that you should be posting, people should think, I can do it too. The other thing, there's a chat. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm watching you. The last thing I really want you guys to do is call to actions. It feels weird, but it's important. So if you're doing live videos, for instance, you have to end your live videos with call to action. Simple as that. Because you need to be inviting people. You see where I'm going? You need to be inviting people, in behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. Does that make sense? Okay, we're going to move on. So what I'm going to share with you guys are scripts. Scripts that I want you to see how simple invites are and how not scary they are. You guys can adapt these invites to your own voice. This is something that I've been working on with my coach Megan, because she's super quirky and fun, and she says stuff like, you dig it? That you have to put your personality in it, or else it's going to come across to someone like a script. Okay, so let's move on. So this is my just ask section. Seems like a lot of words. It's literally like a small little sentence, but it seems like a lot of words because I made it bold so that you could see it on this PowerPoint. I'm just going to read one of them. They're all on the same vein, if you will. But this is just asking. This is you will create a list of people, which we'll talk about later, and you're just going to ask them. You're literally just going to do what they call cold inviting. Cold inviting. I really want to change that. That's why I changed it to just ask, because it's not cold if you are posting consistently every single day. And if you're not posting consistently every day, that's something you can easily change. Start doing it tomorrow and for the rest of the year. And this is something that Danielle and I talk about a lot. If you are doing this, if you are showing up in your business, which means showing up on social media, then it's okay. People have already given you permission to invite them. They're watching, they're liking, they're seeing what you do. If they haven't unfriended you yet, you have a permission to invite them. That's what I like to say. What did you say in the comments, Danielle? Oh, there it is. I think it was Danielle. So start today. Exactly. I'm just going to read this one out. Hey, girl, thank you so much for the love bomb on my post. It means so much to have your support. I'm not sure if this is for you, but I am running an accountability group to keep myself motivated and others too. Would you be interested in doing this with me? Does that sound like really like invasive and like rude and like a complete jerk thing to say? I don't think so. So you got to get out of that mindset, and that really goes back to what I said in the beginning. You have to start being confident in your story, confident in yourself as a leader, and confident in what your groups have to offer people. If out of those three things you don't think you're good at leading, running groups, or your own story, that's where you really need to focus on in your post. I know that might sound like, oh, I need to go in the corner and read personal development. No, you need to throw it up all out there for everyone to see. So you need to start posting about leadership things. You need to be posting about if you have the goal to go to the national or New Leaders Conference. You need to talk about that. If your goal is to have a really bomb challenge group, you need to be talking about your dreams for this challenge group. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah, okay. So this is the Just Ask session. I kind of want to ask you guys, what do you think about cold inviting? What do you think about this Just Ask? Do you believe that you are allowed to do it? Someone speak. I'm going to call on somebody. Oh, here we go.
Noelle.
Yeah.
Can you talk about like when you send these and don't get a response back? Like, what do you do?
Like immediately or like in the process?
Well, yeah, because I feel like some coaches send this once and then they get freaked out that somebody didn't answer them. Like, how do you approach that?
That's a great question. So behind the scenes, and I want you guys to write this down. So just asking is great, but after you do that, and even before you do that, you need to be interacting with these people in some way. So what I do is I create a list. I go through, which I'll talk about a little bit later too. I go through the people who liked my recent posts. If they're not a coach and if they're not someone already in my challenge group, I will start going to their page and liking like their most recent pictures or commenting on profile pictures, because sometimes people don't really have recent pictures. But if you comment and say something like, dude, your lipstick looks amazing, where'd you get that? Or, I really love this dress that you're in. And they see that, and then they see your invite, it's a little bit less cold, you know what I mean? The other thing, I lost my train of thought. Was there something else that I meant to say?
Well, I was going to say also, like, you and I always bounce ideas off. Like we change our invites up
Oh,
every
yeah.
month. And so it's kind of nice to like bounce ideas off of somebody.
Yeah, so having a success partner or even a push partner or, someone on the team that you kind of look up to or anyone, even, just anyone, just send them and be like, hey, what do you think about this? Because honestly, there's a phrase in here that I never used to say before that really made a big change in my invite process. And it's this one. I'm not sure if this is for you, but that made a huge change for me. Also, so each of these invites have a different like feel behind them. So that's kind of on a vulnerable place. I always do that kind of invite. Thanks for that love bomb. Another one is kind of a general like, hey girl, I'm not sure what your goals are. That's another really good phrase that helped me out. And then this talks about like the actual challenge group invite. This one here is, I know we haven't caught up recently. And this is actually something, this is something that I send to people who, when you have a new friend, right? They accept you and then you send them the, hey girl, I'm Noelle. I'm not sure if we know anybody. If we have the same mutual friends. Here's a little thing about me. And then they never respond to your initial hey girl message. I'll still send them with some of these. And actually some of my challengers right now are girls that never responded to my first hey girl message after they accepted me. But I sent them this message, the hey girl, I know we haven't caught up recently, but I'm finalizing my next accountability group. And again, I have the mindset of they accepted me on Facebook. They already know what I do because I'm posting about it regularly. So this isn't that strange. And I've even had girls be like, I've been waiting for this invite. Like I knew this invite was coming. And that just also validates that just ask is okay. And it's not that scary. Love the lurkers. Yeah, exactly. There's no shame in just asking. So that's why I like saying just ask instead of cold invite. So this next section is called touchback. And this also goes back to what Danielle was referring to. If I invited someone, I do this math in my head. So it's October. If I invited someone in May, I can totally invite them again. If I invited someone in September, I can totally invite them again. If I invited someone last week, I'll give them a little break. I'll touch back, in about a month or so. And this is how a great touchback that I use goes. Hey girl, I was thinking about you today. I have another accountability coming up and I'm looking for a few more ladies to add. Do you think now is a better time for you? And again, always have a question, because if you're just saying, let me know if you want to join in, they're not going to let you know. But if you say something that generates a yes or no, they will say yes or no. And I get a lot of really nice, polite responses, like, oh, no, it's not a good time for me, but thanks for thinking of me. People love saying, thank you for thinking of me. The second invite that I typically use is, hey, I know we haven't caught up again. And so it goes back to that old kind of message. But I always make sure, I say, I'm not sure what your goals are right now, but it's going to be fun. And then this one is kind of more, this last one is a little bit shorter, is now a better time for you. So keep paying attention to those phrases are really important because it gets people to think maybe now is a good time. Again, I do this for any person that I've invited in the past who kind of goes in the like month that I haven't heard from them. Or if they said no, a month ago, I will ask them like, is now a better time again? And this is also stuff that I'll talk in the next section that you can do on Instagram. Have you guys been utilizing Instagram, inviting, adding people that way? I see some nods, good. Instagram has been really great for me lately. Lovely. Also, it's a great way to love and call someone to find a time. Exactly. It's never the perfect time. And actually that kind of brings up another point. If you, the thing that I've also been doing more than ever is getting people's cell phones numbers. So if someone says, yes, I'm interested, and then I don't hear from them, like, hey girl, this is what I always say. Hey girl, I haven't heard from you in a while. I was wondering, can we just text? Because it's so much easier for me to stay connected with people via text than on Messenger. And then I send them my cell phone. And guys, they always text me back. They send me, hey, this is Monica. Hey, this is Stacy. And, that keeps the conversation beyond Facebook and makes that, real friendship, right? And that's what we're here. We're here for connection and friendship, and to have a really good career, which Beachbody does not promise. It's only the diligence and hard work of everybody, right? So touchback, this is huge. We always hear the power is in the follow-up. So if you're not following up with people after you first invite them, you got to change that. You got to start here. Just start here. You guys have any questions moving forward? It's helpful. This seemed a little bit easier and less tricky.
I had a question, Noelle. I mean, I totally get your touchback thing, so I think I do something similar, but how long, when you say follow-up, do you have a specific follow-up message, or is it just you might re-invite them the next month? Is there a certain waiting period that you kind of do? I was just curious if you had a method to the madness.
No, that's a great question. Honestly, I always write down every person I invite, and anytime someone says interest, says some sort of oh maybe, I always write their name down in my interest bucket or whatnot. Or you can always make a Facebook list for interested people, or you can make a Facebook list for all the people that you've ever invited, which is also a nice idea. You'll always have them there, so you can do touchback in many different types of ways. But once I get someone's cell phone, it gets a little bit more informal, and I'll say something like, dude, I want you in my life, where are you? Or I'll send them a gift, which is something that we started doing. Whatever I can to kind of stay in their face without being sending them invites like this. So that's why it's really important for me to get people's cell phone numbers. And honestly, that does start with them saying, I'm interested. If they don't say anything at all, I will keep following up with them every month. So I'll give a month kind of time. But in the meantime, I am engaging with them in some way. And one thing I'll do is if I'm friends with them on Facebook and I invited them on Facebook, I'll invite them on Instagram. And that I will do in a shorter time period, maybe in 2 weeks or maybe even a week, depending on where I'm at in Success Club. And I'll say something, which I didn't include, is, hey, girl, I'm not sure if you saw on Facebook, but I am having an accountability group coming up, and I would really love for you to be in it. What are you working on any health and fitness goals? So that's another way to make this kind of stay in that forefront. And again, 2 weeks to a month are the longest that I'd ever wait. Does that make sense? But you really need to make sure that you have a way of tracking to make sure that that's happening. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question, Claire? Okay, cool. Let me see. Is there something in the chat really quick? Why isn't it showing up?
No, I have a question. I don't know if my video is working. I think I'm frozen. But when people see your message, but they don't respond to you, and then you touch back with them and resend this "Hey girl" message, I know they say that you don't typically get someone to commit until the 6th to 8th time or whatever that statistic is. Have you found that to be true? Or do people just get wow, she sent me 3 messages, and what are your experiences with that?
Yeah, definitely. The first thing I want to say, though, is if I'm inviting someone a second or third time, I'm not sending them the same invite.
Right.
Like I said, that informality is coming back. It's getting lesser and lesser, and I'm treating them like a friend. Like, hey, dude, I love how I'll reference something about their life, and I'll be like, I really need you in my group. Come on, girl, come on, it's time. But yeah, that is a thing. But for a girl I'm talking to right now, I mean, not right now because I'm talking to you guys, but I have a message I haven't read from her. She's someone that I invited, I think 4 months ago, and I've been checking in with her. When she said no, I've been checking in with her and being like, well, how's things going at the gym? Oh, wow, you lost 5 pounds. That's amazing. And I'm staying in her mind. And then when, then I'll send her another invite like, hey, you're rocking it. But you said something about your nutrition. Maybe now is a better time to be in my group. I'm constantly putting myself back out there. But yeah, I would say for some people, it does take that much time. And you can't be discouraged through that. And that really just keeps coming back to, if you're hearing objections from someone, or if someone's not responding to you, keep talking on Facebook, keep keep sharing your life and your story, and show them that you're more than just a coach. You know, they're not a number, they are a person. And start sharing. This is another huge thing that I've been doing. Share the results of the people in your group, because it's very easy for people to assume, oh, well, that's just Claire. You know, she's just like one of those girls, got amazing metabolism and really great abs. Like, that's not me. So when you're sharing the people that you've helped, if you haven't helped anyone, there's people on the team who have, and you can share their stories. That also helps create that credibility. And, you know, realizing that it's not personal. If someone defriends you, if someone doesn't answer you, if someone says no, it's about them. It's never about you, because you know where your heart is. And if they are offended or mad at you, again, they don't know you. You know, like, I have so many of my best friends who've never done a Beachbody program with me, or they have, and they, you know, they're not still around, but they still support me and love me and get what I'm doing. They haven't defriended me. They know me. Does that make sense, guys? I got on a tangent. Did that answer your question? I hope so. Maggie said, do you have a threshold, like 3 messages that you have seen with 0 responses? Do you stop, or do you keep reaching out? I keep reaching out in some way. Again, I'm not sending them the same type of messages, but it's like, it's something I do. If I sent them like 3 unanswered messages, I'll just pull it back about life. Like what Danielle said, always a friend first. You know, and being like, dude, I love your dress and your profile picture. Or what's your dog's name again? Or how did you like your vacation to the Grand Canyon? Or, oh my gosh, I forgot to add this one. This is huge, guys. The best way to restart a conversation that they never responded to is wish someone a happy birthday in Facebook Messenger. Just stop posting on people's walls Facebook, like, happy birthdays, and literally go into their inbox and say, dude, happy birthday. I hope you had a wonderful day. And they will all respond, thank you. That's a response right there. And then all you have to do is ask them, what did you do for your birthday? How did you celebrate? You know, and not get that conversation rolling. That literally just happened to me like yesterday. Is that helpful? Okay, you can do that too, Liz. You can do that too. Do it in both places, but don't just do it on the Facebook wall. I know we all count how many likes how many Facebook things we get, but that's a really great way to get a conversation started. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to Instagram invites. And again, these are just literally scripts that I use, and the person who helped me create these, her name is Danielle Jakubowski, and this one at the bottom is literally her script that she gave me, like, I don't know, in September. So with Instagram, a lot of the time, you should be talking about, thank you for liking my post. You know, it means a lot to have support from people I don't even know yet. Are you on a health and fitness journey? This is someone that you don't have a relationship with. This is probably someone that, like, you know, you found on Facebook. They had similar interests. And then you follow them, you like some of their stuff, and you comment and ask questions on their picture. Then they come over to yours, and they're like, who's this girl named Danielle, Glow Digger? What is that? Oh my gosh, that recipe looks delicious. And they like it. And then Danielle's going to be like, ooh, Sassy Girl 21 liked my recipe. I'm going to message her this. Does that make sense, guys? What I was saying earlier is how you find people on Instagram. There are many videos out there that actually, like, break this down. But the easiest way is to find a tag that you like. So say you're a big Halo Top fan. Okay, I don't know. I see a chat, so maybe stop. Oh, sorry. Okay. It's go to so to put the tag Halo Top, and you'll find kind of pictures and people. And I always start liking and commenting on maybe a picture that has like 50 or less likes, or like less than 2,000 people that follow them on Instagram. That's where I start, because that's the best way for me to know, oh, they're not a coach, or you know, this is someone that I can actually kind of start relating to. So a great training that you can do is figuring out hashtags that are specific to your interests, but aren't smaller than, say, you know, 100 or 500,000 people using it. Does that make sense? Again, I don't want to talk too much about this, but there's so many great trainings, and I know that I think there might be some on Strive Nation, Strive Forward Nation, or in your own individual team pages. I know I posted one a few weeks back. Such a great point. I want you guys to do that. No, I hope you. Yeah. Actually, my screen name when I was a kid was Fireflameouch at yahoo.com or at AIM. Fireflameouch, really good one. Okay, so aside. The last one is this is the one that Danielle created. Hey girlfriend, how are you? I wanted to reach out because I have a bomb accountability group coming up next week celebrating all things fall. Or you could say all things winter. Yeah. I'm not sure if you'd be interested, but I wanted to invite you because I love having awesome friends with positive energy together. Down to join it. Now again, this is kind of how Danielle talks. She says, hey girlfriend. I say, hey dude, even if you're a girl, changing it around to sound like you is so important. Because especially since a lot of the people on your team went to your same university, so there's a chance that someone on your team may have already invited someone. Keep it you. Okay? Keep it you. Any questions before I move forward? I have 2 more slides for you guys. We good? We good? Anything about Instagram? Again, this goes back to what I said in the beginning. If there's something that you're unsure about in this whole, like if it's Facebook, if it's going live, if it's Instagram, become an expert so that you can become that master for your own team and for all of us. So if you find out that, you shouldn't be posting more than 3 hashtags in a picture, share that with us because we all need continued education in all of this, okay? All right, so this last invite that I need to work on, and I'm going to need your help with this, is what I call the coach vibe. All right, so let me move it to the side. The coach vibe is basically, I try to make it sound cool, but it's a coach invite. So if there's someone that you've been talking to or someone that you are just like intimidated beyond belief, but are like, dude, I would love this person on my team. If it's someone in your current challenge group, or if it's someone that, was a former, challenger, you never even invited her and she's out floating on the earth, like this is what you need to say. Something along these 3 lines. Hey girl, I'm watching you rock it in our accountability group. You're such a natural encourager and your results are inspiring. Have you ever considered coaching? Simple, so simple. Hey, I know this is super random, but I was just wondering if you'd ever, well, I gotta edit that. There's too many wondering. But I want, something, if you ever wondered what I do as a coach. Take out Beachbody. I meant to take that up earlier. That's another simple thing. And that's what I would send to someone who is liking a post that you did about the coaching opportunity or a live video that you did about the coaching opportunity. If someone's interacting with something that you've said about coaching, that's, again, permission to ask them. Just ask. This last one I actually need to work on help with. Clearly too long. But I've been working on a way to really focus on inviting coaches because that's what my team needs. That's what I need for Team Frankly Fierce. We need more coaches. And so I need to be asking for what I want. And same with you guys. If you struggle with getting challengers, you need to be asking for what you want. Put it out there in the universe. So this is what I came up with. Hey girl, I've loved getting to know you over the last few days. I'm not sure if this is for you, but I love your vibe and I want you in my life. I was wondering if you've ever thought about being a boss babe like me. I mentor women all over the country on how to run online health and fitness businesses. Would you consider jumping on my next coach info call? That last part, I need help with because I feel like that's way too much information. But it kind of goes on. Does that kind of like make sense, guys? So how would you edit this down since you're here? What should I do to change this? Okay. Think about it. Okay, let's read what Danielle said, everybody. On Instagram, if you find someone random you love, I've been using the it's so good. Oh, and it's so good. Hey, girl. Hey. OMG, girl. I just creeped on your page for like 10 minutes. I'm upset with you. And I feel like we could be BFFs. Are you a coach too? Is that how you sound? That's actually a really great. I actually love that. Again, make it your own. You might not ever say, hey, girl, hey, but be like, dude, what I would say. You so cool, like whatever you have. This is such a great idea, and it's so short and it's totally accurate to what we all do on Instagram anyways. So she's already like deflating like the awkwardness because that girl did the same thing to her. Type how you'd actually say, y'all. I don't even know how to say that without sounding dumb. Rachel says, I hope you don't mind me asking you this. I only do because I think you might really love it and could possibly benefit from it like I have. But have you ever thought about doing what I do? I know it's scary and totally out of the norm, but it's so rewarding and has completely turned my life around. And that is so good because what Rachel didn't say is exactly what they're going to ask. What do you do? Right? So I love this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to so what I also have, you guys see this, my notes section, right? I have all the invites, let me move that away, all the invites that I use. So this is on my phone. So if I'm like in an airport and I'm just like bored, I copy and paste all of my invites. And I clearly need to edit some of it, but it makes sense in my brain. So I'm actually going to send you guys, I'm going to copy and paste all of this so that you guys have it to edit. But again, I will only send this if you guys can promise me that you will change the words around for yourself. Good. Okay. So anyone else have anything they want to add to the Coach 5? Is this part, I know for me, this part really makes me anxious because it really comes back to my fear that I'm not a good leader. So why would someone want to be on my team if I don't think I'm a good leader? So why would I invite people directly like this if I don't think I'm a good leader? So I can guarantee that there are people on this team who have some sort of lack of confidence in the area of your story, your leadership, and your groups. Because if you wouldn't be on this call, you wouldn't be struggling to hit Success Club if that weren't true. I'm almost done, and then I have a question to ask everyone at the end. My last slide is, how do you find people? This is something that I hear a lot. If someone's like, I feel like I found all the friends I can find on Facebook, or I don't really know how to find people to invite. This is what I'm talking about, how to find people to invite, not to expand your network, because it kind of helps do that. These are people that you've already kind of found or that you found in the process of your Power Hour. And it's just really easy. All you have to do really is you can create lists on Google. You can create lists on Facebook. You can make a pen and paper list of these 4 categories. Your former customers, so people who have maybe bought a program with you but have kind of fallen off the wayside. You invite them back in some way to coaching. You invite them back into another going through challenges. You invite them to do a 3-day refresh, try performance line, do a little kind of test group for your team. Start with your former customers. Then you move on to your likes and comments. So go through all of, so it's fun to have likes and comments, but it doesn't mean anything if you don't interact with them. Okay, again, Facebook now is all about interaction. So whenever someone comments on your post, you have to go back and like it. And you have to go back and say thank you, or dude, I know, aren't like baby rhinos the cutest, whatever. I don't know where I am in my brain. But you have to be interacting with them because Facebook is paying attention to that. And everything that you do for other people or interact with other people, Facebook's going to let more people see it. I don't know, make sure I'm not missing anything in the comments. Okay, cool. Okay. So the next thing is, who intimidates the crap out of you? Who's that girl that you will stalk on Instagram, or that you will like crazy on Facebook, but you would just never, and that you're just too afraid of invite? You need to make a list of who intimidates you, because those are some of the people that you probably should be working with, because there's something about them that just is inspiring to you in some way. And I'm not talking about people you hate or people you think are crappy. If there are people like that you don't like, stop following them and unfriend them on Facebook. These are people that you think, oh my gosh, they're totally saying no to me. Those are the ones you need to ask, okay? And then your friends or follower list. This is the easiest thing. Going on your Facebook, going on your followers, and just being like, message. And also liking, commenting on their stuff as well. The last thing I wanted to say in regards to that is, when you guys are adding people to your network, new friends, before you send them the "Hey Girl" message, go to their page and look at their most recent pictures, comment on them, because they said, okay, this girl is going to be my friend, or I'm going to follow this girl back. Give them a reason to validate why they said yes to you. that you are a good person, that you are funny, that you are someone that they should be friends with. And you're not just looking for a quick sale, okay? So that is, oh, sorry, I missed Rachel's continue. If you're open to it, I would love, to chat more with you. And this, again, this is such a good point, like Rachel's invites and Danielle's coach invites, because they're talking about coaching. So people are seeing what they're talking about. They're not just, seeing pictures of them working out and thinking, oh, this girl just has a really great workout ethic. No, this girl has something to offer me. This goes back to, you guys need to be writing breadcrumb posts. Like I said, Beth is really good at that. You need to be sharing how coaching is making you better. If you haven't seen monetary gains yet, you have seen some sort of gains in your life. If it's confidence, if it's the fact that you're reading books again, as simple as that. If it's the fact that you're spending 30 minutes to an hour on a Monday night with girls you met like 2 times, like, that's not normal, guys. That's not normal. You should be sitting on your bed with your computer, scrolling Facebook, with your TV on, drinking wine, and whining about your life. That's normal, okay? So if you're not doing that on a Monday night, you need to talk about that. We're sitting here, in your living room, on your couch, with your husband in the background putting the babies to bed, and you're making a choice that you are going to do something better for your life. You're sitting here and you're doing that. So that is a breadcrumb post right there. And I expect to see like 3 of those tomorrow. So you have to be talking about coaching, because you have to be showing people that they're getting more than just fitness results from you, okay? And I'm saying this because I need to hear this for myself too. We really said that people sit in bed and whine about their lives, but how many of your friends and family do that? I can guarantee that's what my mother-in-law is doing right now, and I'm sorry, it's going to be on YouTube, but that's what she's doing right now. Yeah. Okay, so the question I want to ask you guys, so I'm going to stop my share, is a question that you guys should all have the answer to, but how many people here it's October 23rd, how many people are at Success Club? Raise your hand. I see me and Danielle. Okay, guys, before you go to bed tonight, you have to send out 10 invites. If you don't, I won't know. But if you do, you will know that you did something to change where you're sitting right now. If you already did 10 invites this morning, good for you. Let's do 10 more. I'll do 10 more with you. And I will show you guys a picture of my 10 more. I'll have 20 invites done today. Because it's October 23rd, and I'm just gonna tell you a quick story. For me, I used to say that October was my hardest month, and the past can prove that. But in 2015, I was flying from North Carolina to California to find a house for me and Ryan, and our dog. No one wasn't born yet. And I made this goal that I was going to hit Success Club before I got on that airplane. And I did. I had like 2 days to spare. I was at Success Club 6. Things were great. When I landed at my my connecting flight, I was in Atlanta. I don't know what made me do it, but I checked my Beachbody online office. I think I had like several hours to wait. And I was at -4 Success Club. So somehow I had 2 returns from Beachbody customers, and from one of my customers, I had 2 returns that hit me the moment I got at my connecting flight. And I was sweating, like dripping sweat. I was like, I don't have time for this. I'm supposed to be house hunting. And also, I didn't mention, this is October 15th, so it's the middle of the month. And I needed to find I was like, I got to find a house. I didn't want to worry about my business at all. And guys, I hit Success Club by the time I got to California. And again, this is in a short period of time. Not because I had any crazy tricks up my sleeve, but because I felt desperate and I didn't want to be in a place where I was stressed out, searching for a house and trying to get my business going. So it's a mindset. Again, I had no fancy tricks. I literally did what I did, followed up with old customers. I invited people that I was afraid to invite, and I connected with new people. I just did the basics, and I sweated my shirt off, literally, sat down and did it. So, and that was the 15th, okay? And I'm pretty sure I got 12 that month. But it's all about your mindset. And that's true. I wasn't desperate. But I felt like I knew there was no turning back. I knew I had to do that because I knew that house hunting in a place I'd never been to was going to be very stressful, and I wanted to, relax because that's what this business lets you do. It lets you relax. It lets you live your life, and it lets you give back. So I hope that encourages you. Literally, like I said, these aren't any newfound tricks and tips. You already have this in you. You just got to show up and do it. So 10 tonight. I know it's late, but I could keep talking and then waste your time. But I'm going to challenge you guys to do this. And again, I won't know if you do it, but you will. Okay, that's all I have. Do you guys have any questions before we go? Can we just stay on here and do it? Yeah. I like how you think, Liz. Okay, Liz has come to do, yes. Okay, does someone want to should we set a timer? I know some of you might have to actually make a list of people, but if you don't have a list of people, okay, the first thing that you should do, the easiest thing to do is go to your friend list and just invite those people, okay? You can work on the intimidated people later, all right? Rachel, I didn't get to say goodbye, but she's gonna do it too. I know it. Okay. Danielle, you can unmute yourself. Set a timer. Yeah. Which one do you guys want to see?
Hey, I was going to say the reason why you guys should help 3 people this month is to stay eligible for that $250 diamond bonus. Just throwing that in there.
Okay, I'm just going to post them in the comments section so you can copy and paste it and edit it away. So that's a good one. That's if someone liked your post. Here's and you have access to Danielle's. You better invite Beth. Okay, you have Danielle and but let's see one more. Let me throw up one more in here. That's really good. Okay, this is a follow-up one. So I just shared thank you very much for liking my post, and yeah. So I shared an Instagram one, I shared a touchback one, and I shared a just invite one. Does that make sense? You guys want to see another one, Claire? Or another one you like? Oh, here we go. This one's good. But I haven't caught up recently, so this is another touchback one. Okay. All right. Let's get to it.
All right, put 10 minutes on.
I think you can stop recording if you want to keep it going.